Hey everybody, it's Tiffany. This is so weird. My comments are coming up on the top instead of the bottom, so this is a little different for me tonight. So hey everybody, it's Tiffany. I wanted to do a quick Thursday life hack video. Many of you know on my blog site I do weekly blogs, and so I wanted to talk about one of the blogs that I put up this week about food intolerance. So first I want to say hello to everyone. Hello out there in Facebook world. Hello out there in Instagram world. Hello out there in YouTube world. Wherever you're watching me, hello, hello, hello. I'm so glad that you all were able to join and watch this live or watch it on the replay. Whichever way, I'm glad you're here. So again, wanted to talk about my blog that I put up this week on buildbodywealth.com. If any of you follow my site, you know I do a blog and I do a weekly blog every week talking about things dealing with health, whether it's hormones or stomach health or skin issues, anything that deals with your health, around nutrition, around your body, around fitness. I write about it and I put it on my blog site. So this week I wanted to do something around intolerance and food intolerance specifically. A lot of people, myself included, will start eating healthy, start doing what they're supposed to do, and make the decision, I'm going to change my life, I'm going to start eating healthy, I'm going to start doing shakes and protein this and protein that, and then they'll find out later on like, I still feel terrible, or I'm bloated, or something is not right. And what I found, again, including myself, is that it may be a situation if you're not feeling well, if you started eating healthy and you're still not feeling well, your stomach starts to hurt, or you just don't feel right, it may be a situation where you may have a food intolerance. So a food intolerance means that you might be able to physically eat the food, but something is making you feel unwell. There's something in the food that might be affecting your body internally. So sometimes, and that's kind of the difference between a food allergy versus a food intolerance. A food allergy probably has, you'll probably get very quick symptoms. Like I have a food allergy, and when I eat that specific food, I literally break out into hives, I stop breathing. Like it's very apparent that I get very sick and ill when I eat that specific food. That's a food allergy. It's a severe reaction. A food intolerance is more like, oh, I can eat it, but I know afterwards, my stomach might get bloated. Or I can eat it, but the next day I'll feel a little foggy. Or I can eat it, but it'll cause me joint pain. I'll feel a little nauseous. So it's not that you get like a severe reaction, but it's small little things that will bother you because you're really intolerant to that food group or that food category. So that's kind of the difference between a food intolerance and a food allergy. Now I have serious food allergies, but I also have foods that I can eat, but my body doesn't tolerate them that well. So I have like small reactions that are negative for me. Cheese is one of them. That's one thing I realized. Dairy in general, I don't want to say I'm completely lactose intolerant, but I know if I eat it, I'm going to have like the bloating of the stomach. I'm going to sometimes feel a little nauseous. I'll definitely be able to tell the next day that I ate some dairy. Wheat, definitely intolerant to wheat. And I didn't know I was intolerant to wheat until I stopped eating it. And then I felt like so alive and amazing. And I was like, whoa, what is this? And I realized like when I started eating wheat again, I felt like horrible. And I was like, all these years I've been eating wheat, having issues with my digestive system, not feeling well, some days feeling nauseous, totally bloated, and didn't know it was the wheat. So I don't have celiac disease. I've already done the test. I already figured that out. But I do have a wheat intolerance. Not necessarily gluten, but wheat specifically. So when it comes to food intolerance, again, you may have small symptoms like, bloating, gas, headache, issues with your joints, sleepiness or fogginess, especially in the daytime. And it may be something simple. And it might be a situation where you seem to not be able to lose weight, or you've lost a lot of weight, but there's still a little bit you can't get off. It might be because you have a food intolerance. A lot of times when you are food intolerant, you'll get inflammation inside of your system. So your actual organs will become inflamed, which again can cause other issues that you may not realize is because you have a food intolerance and it's causing internal inflammation inside your system. So food intolerances can do so many negative things to you, small things that you may not pay attention to, and you don't know that you've even been sick or have had an issue until you take out the food out of your system, like you do an elimination. So for example, like I said with the wheat, I didn't even realize I was intolerant to wheat until I stopped eating wheat for a period of time and realized how much better I felt just overall in general. Now, another way you can tell that you have a food intolerance is if you take an actual blood test. That's something that I've done last year. I do every year. Food intolerance, a food test, and I'm not saying it right. I know I'm not saying it right, but basically they take several vials of your blood and they send it off to a laboratory. They do these different tests with different chemicals from different food categories. So, for example, I think on the test it showed that I was intolerant of wheat, and it has different categories. So it'll have like severe, mild, and less mild. So I'm severely intolerant to all fish and shellfish, which I already know because I have an allergy. I think in the mild category, I had a mild intolerance to beets. Like I don't even ever eat beets, but clearly I'm intolerant to it. So just small things. And I recently got an updated test, so I'm going to pick up those results next week. So, and when I pick up my results, I'll let you guys know. I'll come back over here and tell you guys what exactly I was completely intolerant to, so that you can see, and then you can see my test. But I get a test done to see what I'm intolerant to. And the whole purpose is to, again, hone in what I can eat, what I probably shouldn't eat, and what I definitely shouldn't eat. And when I first started the video, I said that you may be eating healthy, meaning you might be eating fruits and vegetables, you might be eating lean protein, you might be, if you do eat wheat, you eat whole grains, that type of thing, and you're still having symptoms. So it may be that even though you're eating healthy foods, you still may have an intolerance to something that you eat. So for example, some people might do spinach protein smoothies after their workouts, but you still feel bloated, there's something going on. It might be the spinach. You might have an intolerance to spinach. You may not have an intolerance to kale or collard greens or other vegetables, leafy vegetables, but it might be the spinach. Or it may be the type of protein powder that you're using in your shake. Maybe it has lactose in it and you're lactose intolerant. Maybe it has gluten in it and you have a gluten intolerance. Maybe it has some other binding chemical, because a lot of protein powders are not like 100% clean. They've been processed. So it might have a binding chemical in it that you may be intolerant to. So you may have to try different protein powders. Maybe you need to do a vegetarian or a vegan protein powder. Maybe it's an egg that's in the protein powder that's powder form, but you're intolerant to eggs. I mean, it could be anything. But the point is that you figure out what foods may be causing you to have those negative symptoms or negative reactions, and then eliminate them from your diet the best that you can. Now, if you say, well, Tiffany, right now I'm not able to get a test done, what can I do? I would say keep a food diary of everything that you eat. And if you're having unusual symptoms, start off with dairy and gluten. Anything that has dairy in it, anything that has gluten, because those are the top two things that most people are intolerant to. Take those out and keep up with your food diary and see and write down like how you felt after you removed dairy and gluten. And if you feel better, then maybe it's one of the two. Now, maybe start off with just dairy. Take out dairy first and see if that helps. And if that doesn't help, then take out the gluten and see if that helps. And then after gluten, do things like eggs. Take out the eggs, see if that helps. So slowly start to eliminate things that you think might be the issue. So give it 2 weeks, I say, between each elimination to see if your symptoms change. And then go on to the next food group and take that out. But some people, again, you might need the test because it may be a fruit category that you're highly intolerant to. You may be intolerant to, strawberries, but you're not intolerant to blueberries. But if you're eating both, then you don't know what's making you sick. you're going to either have to get a test or you're going to have to eliminate one to figure out which fruit that you're allergic to. And there's a lot of people that I know that are either allergic to or intolerant of certain fruits. So again, if you really need to hone in, that I would definitely suggest you get a test. And you're probably thinking, well, where would I get a test? Most doctors' offices, I don't think a lot of them do those types of tests, but they can kind of refer you. You can also call your insurance company, explain what you need, and see if they have a list of practitioners or holistic doctors that will perform a food tolerance, food intolerance test on your blood. So you do have some options. I go to a spa in Alpharetta, Georgia called Quest Spa, which I love them. Shout out to Quest. And that is all that they do. They do all the stuff that your normal practitioner would not do. They do a lot of holistic work, a lot of preventative work, taking your blood, testing your blood for food intolerance, testing your body for different allergies, like environmental allergies. I get it done every year. They even give me my allergy test because I have a lot of allergies, guys. I'm like every spring, every summer, I'm like sneezing and everything. But they have gotten better over the years because I get allergy shots. So they do a lot of preventative stuff. And especially for women, which I love, they do hormone testing. If you can get your hormones tested, especially as we get older, ladies, get your hormones tested. Your hormones change and they do affect your weight and your healthy lifestyle. So definitely get your hormones tested. So I just wanted to do this video because I did a blog site. I do suggest you go to the blog because it goes in more detail, and I'll definitely put the link up in the comments section of this video to let you read the actual article. It's not super long, but it talks about food intolerance. So if you have any questions about food intolerance, definitely email me at tfambro@buildbodywealth.com. If you have any questions about the Quest Spa that I go to, they do accept insurance. My insurance actually pays for it, so I don't pay out of pocket. So if you have questions around the payment, they can actually call your insurance for you to see if your insurance will pay for all these tests, which a lot of times, guys, they do pay for it, and we just don't know because we don't ask the questions that need to be asked. So if you have any questions about Quest Spa, just let me know. I'll definitely put that in the comment section as well. All right, guys, that is it for me. Thank you to everyone who is watching live. Thank you to everyone who is watching on the replays. Thank you to everyone who is out there in YouTube world. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time. And remember, Ask Tiff Tuesday is coming up next week. I hope you guys had a happy holiday on this past Tuesday. I did not do Ask Tiff Tuesday because I knew everybody would probably be out watching the fireworks. So I will be picking it up next week at 8:30 on our Build Body Wealth Facebook page, live stream on our fitness and health lifestyle page. But I'll also make sure to post the replays everywhere. All right, guys, if you have any questions, email me, put it in the comments, and let me know what you think about the videos. And if you want more information about different topics, I'll definitely be talking about it on Ask Tiff Tuesday. Bye, guys.